Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the BSGL. Today we have more primetime action coming your way, and we usually don't do much outside the primetime game in primetime videos, but we had to kind of go over this. Cincinnati's Boomshay has been traded to the Cobras for Alpha Kukoc and Ralph Harvey, as we are going to be watching the Huskies in today's episode, so that is kind of why I went over that real quick. So it'll be interesting to see how the Huskies play without Boomshay, who is definitely a defensive anchor for them. So let's go ahead and head into the game. So here we go in BSGL Primetime. The San Diego Sharks come to Toronto to play the Toronto Huskies. Let's head right into the action. Raven will bring it up here for the Huskies. Kicks right to Bradley, who goes right against Quentin Pope. Goes up to Justice at the top of the key. Justice, of course, the man who hit not one but two game winners in last season, and it's just a 29-game season, so that is quite incredible, as Santos de Oliveira does miss the little layup. Now here are the Sharks on offense. Pope goes inside, or tries to get the pass inside, and Bradley steals it away. So now Raven inside to Justice. Little lefty hook, no good. Gildreth Butler the rebound, as you can see. When Bradley does lead the league in steals, and he has one here quickly as Huskies with more good defense. Justice forces it out of bounds in the corner, and it will retain with the Sharks. So now Zagato to inbound. He's looking around. Pope setting some screens. He's going to go to Pope in the corner, who just pulls the, looked like a long two, yep, just in front of the line, and he knocks it down. So a 2-0 Sharks lead here to begin the game. Here's Bradley working on Pope, going inside to Justice. Again, it gets Gildreth Butler, and he pulls the little fadeaway and ties this game right back up. Kenny Justice definitely a solid number 2 option in Toronto for the Huskies, averaging that 16 points per game. Now here is Raven defending the ball. Top of the key, goes over to Zagato. Zagato right back to Ellis Jr., who drives left side, pulls up in the mid-range, no good, and Bradley has the rebound over Quentin Pope. Raven pulls the 3 in transition, no good, and Santos de Oliveira almost forced the rebound out, but Ellis Jr. comes up with it. Now Pope trying to look around. He has to pick up his dribble, goes to Zagato, who goes over to Ellis Jr. at the top. Ellis Jr. back to Zagato. Not a whole lot going on for the Sharks on offense. Everybody kind of just standing around. Is now inside to Gildreth Butler, who puts up a little layup as they finally get an open bucket and put it in easily, as now Santos de Oliveira is going to bring it up for the Huskies. A little bit weird. He gets a screen, goes inside, and Jackson throws it down. So it works out for the Huskies, having their big man bring it up, which is a very odd move to me. But nonetheless, gets 2 points, I guess. So now here's Ellis Jr. again, going right side, going to give off to Gildreth Butler, who drives back left towards the top of the key. Santos de Oliveira defending now. He drives left, goes inside, puts up a layup, and gets it to fall. Sharks with some good offense here at the beginning of the game, as now the Huskies come back the other way. Huskies, of course, bounced in the first round of the playoffs last year to, I do believe, the Brooklyn Cobras. Bradley, mid-range jumper, no good. Jackson, the rebound, putback, also no good. Zagato, the rebound out to Pope, who's driving on Bradley, and now stops on the wing. The Sharks, of course, were a lottery team, did not make the playoffs last year, and did take big number 54 on the bench over there. That is Randall Kikanovich, and he's made quite the impact here, but still has not earned that starting spot. We'll have to see if he can get there maybe in the next couple seasons. Here's Ellis Jr. into the shot clock, puts up a mid-range jumper, no good. Santos de Oliveira, another rebound. That is definitely what he does best, is get those rebounds, as now Raven stops on the left wing. Gets the screen from Santos de Oliveira. Now driving around, still nothing there. And just kind of probing now, gives to Bradley, top of the key. Bradley spin move around the Justice screen, or Jackson screen, pulls the 3, and it does rim out. So now Gildreth Butler coming the other way. He goes to Pope, and Pope, the fading jumper, no good, but Anderson there for the putback as he lays it up and in. As it's looking like Randall Kikanovich is already going to check into this game very, very quickly. They're getting some subs in here for the Sharks, as he has not yet. As here's Justice driving right on Gildreth Butler, as he does get stopped, goes out to Jackson. Jackson now over to Raven, back to Jackson at the top of the key. And Jackson had it stripped from Zagato, and Ellis Jr. comes up with it, as now he's driving, little hesitation move going right against Raven, throws it inside to Anderson, who punches the right-handed jam. As it is a 6-point Sharks lead all of a sudden. Huskies have really struggled on offense here to begin the game. So now Raven goes inside to Bradley. Bradley backing down Pope, pulls the fadeaway jumper, and that one rims out as well. as Bradley has gone super cold here along with the rest of his team, and they have no points in the last 2:20 as Gildreth Butler drives inside and thought he had another one, but that one rims out. Santos de Oliveira, the rebound out to Bradley, who spins, drives in, goes to Justice, and Justice throws down a two-handed jam as this one's back up to 4, and the Sharks need a timeout. So now here are the Sharks on offense out of the timeout as Kikanovic has the ball top of the key. He's looking around. He's going to go over to Tyler on the left wing. Screen from Kikanovic. Tyler's going to pull the 3, and it rattles in as they're going to say his foot was on the line. So just 2, but still a nice bucket there nonetheless. As here is Kukoc, the former Cobra, now playing for the Huskies. He traded for Boomshay. Him and one other person were both involved in the deal. I'm not entirely sure who that other person was. I do believe it was Murphy or something like that, but he has not checked into the game yet. As here's Narush going left side, right around a man and punching it home. An easy bucket for the Sharks in transition as they lead this one by 8. And now Leach brings it up for the Huskies. Leach goes over to Kukoc, right wing. Of course, his first time in the red jersey. He's getting a screen from Jackson. And now just waits at the top of the key as his team gets set up. Another screen from Jackson, this time on the right side as he drives down the lane. Pull up in front of Randall Kikanovic, and he's got his first bucket here in Toronto off the nice mid-range jumper. And back down to just a 6-point Sharks lead. Here's Tyler working up top. Going to go to Narush, top of the key, wide open for 3, and he does just miss it off back iron. Santos de Oliveira, another rebound, racking him up as now Kukoc off the pass from Aflalo. Goes to Leach at the top of the key. Leach throw it away. He threw it right to Kikanovic, who throws a very risky bounce pass to Eastern, who was another Sharks trade acquisition. He lost it, but got it right back and puts it in. Eastern, of course, got traded from the Bulldogs. That's not true. From the Hilltoppers to the Sharks. Yeah, it was Boston, not whatever I said first. So here's Leach now right side, going to Aflalo, top of the key. Looking for Kukoc on the wing. He gets it to him. Now Kukoc drives down, back up, has to put something up into the shot clock, has to pull one from 3, and he knocked it down. Kukoc knocks down the bucket. Freaking money, 16-11. So now here are the Sharks yet again on offense. Tyler right wing. He's going to respond with a 3 of his own, and that does rim out. Santos de Oliveira, another rebound. 16 seconds left in the first. Here's Aflalo, top of the key, driving on Eastern, and Narush stripped him. Nobody back for the Huskies as he jams another one home with the right hand to extend the Sharks lead out to 7. Leach will bring it here for the Huskies. 6 seconds left on the clock. He's got a pretty good 3 look at the end of the half. No good. 1 second. Tyler chooses not to even throw up the midcourt heave as these Sharks have an 18-11 lead after 1. So Narush will bring it up for the Sharks here to begin the second quarter as he drives straight in against Leach, working at the free throw line. Driving right now, goes up, and it is some good defense by Jackson that forces the miss as he grabs the rebound and gives to Leach, who brings it the other way. As Leach now at the top of the key, looking around as his team gets set up, he goes out to Kukoc. Kukoc looking now, looks like Jackson's going to come up to screen, and Eastern gets the steal. The Sharks' defense continues to be incredible as Eastern just flips up a very odd-looking layup for being that wide open, as the Sharks now have 8 points off of turnovers and 4 Husky forced turnovers. Now Kukoc coming off the screen from Aflalo and Jackson pulls the 3 from the top of the key, and he's got another one. So Kukoc has 8 of the 14 here for the Huskies, already making a big impact for his new team, keeping them somewhat in this game. As now Narush gets some screens, drives top of the key, goes right around Aflalo inside, puts up the floater, and some more good defense from Jackson forces the miss as Aflalo comes up with another rebound and goes to Leach. Leach now working on the right side, has to pick up his dribble, goes to Tubbs Martin, who has just checked into the game, was doing all sorts of moves as he goes over to the corner. It's Kukoc again. How about another one? That one does rim out, and Anderson the board. He goes to Tyler, who's bringing it up now for the Sharks. Eastern now has it, working on Kukoc left side, driving in, gets stopped at about the elbow, and goes out to Narush on the wing, who gives to Tyler. Tyler right back to Narush, who gets a double screen from Tyler and Kikanovic, now driving left side, inside against Leach, puts it up, no good. Leach the rebound, who brings it the other way. Kukoc again, mid-range, that one's good as well. Kukoc can't seem to miss here. He's got 10 10 points of just the Huskies 16. As now Tyler looking around. He's got Narush inside, chooses not to go to him. Now Kikanovic has it outside. He's going to pull the three. A little too much room for the big man. As Jackson maybe not expecting him to shoot that, and he just grabbed it, took a dribble, and let it fly. Sets a 7-point lead. Now here's Kukoc going inside. He's going to miss the layup. Tyler with the good defense gets the rebound, now flying up the court the other way. As he's inside against a Flalo, goes to Kikanovic, who gets Jackson on the pump fake, and oh no, puts it off the bottom of the rim, didn't realize where he was at. A great pump fake, but then a horrible execution on the finish as Kukoc lost it, and he gives to Jackson, who now gives to Martin at the top of the key, who goes inside, somehow got the layup up off in traffic, but it doesn't fall. Kikanovic the rebound, and now Narush has it, as he almost lost it. Now driving around Leach, he's going to put up the reverse, and it does just miss. So both free throws fall for Narush as the Huskies bring it back the other way, now trailing by 9 points as Raven gives to Jackson, top of the key, who gives it over to Bradley. Gets the screen from Jackson, bringing it inside now, pulls the floater inside, and that one is off back iron. Kikanovic the rebound, as now Pope bringing it the other way, working on Bradley in the mid-range, inside to Narush, who catches a body. Narush jams one home, up and over Jackson. A huge jam there from Narush as that one stunned the entire crowd. Raven now top of the key, trying to get something going for the Huskies. He goes to Bradley up near the logo as he gets a screen from Jackson. As he's going to Euro step inside, just missed the layup. Kikanovic another rebound as Bradley has gone really cold here this game. As now Pope top of the key, right back to Narush. Goes back inside to Pope. What a pass. A gorgeous feed as he finds Pope inside, and that completes a 9-0 run for the Sharks, who are now up 13 points, and the crowd is not happy about it. Jackson now gives to Raven, who tried to set a screen, but Narush all over him. So he has to pick it up at the top, goes to Justice in the corner, who drives on Gildreth Butler, and Gildreth Butler is forced to foul. So Justice did his job at the line, knocked them both down, as now Zagato has it at the top of the key for the Sharks. Goes over to Gildreth Butler, who's looking for the screen from Zagato, and he gets it. So now he's driving right side in the mid-range, pulls up in front of Santos de Oliveira, no good. And Oliveira comes up with the rebound as he goes over to Raven. And in the corner to Bradley. Bradley pulls up in the mid-range over Pope, and another miss for Owen Bradley. He has not hit anything this game as Ellis Jr. brings it the other way. Looking inside for Zagato, who lays it up and in. An easy layup for Zagato to make this a 13-point game. The Huskies need to get something going here. As here is Bradley. Working on the left side, goes over to Santos de Oliveira. Oliveira over to Raven, who's setting the screen, or getting a screen from Oliveira. No, really not a whole lot doing for him. Ellis Jr.'s all over him. He has to pick it up, pump fake, double pump, puts it up at the end of the shot clock, and he knocked it down. A nice shot there from Raven, even after all that. He gets it to fall as it's back to an 11-point game. Gildreth Butler goes over to Pope. Pope drives inside, mid-range jumper for Pope. No good, and Zogato's there for the rebound to put it in. As the Sharks have a lot of height on the floor right now with Randall Kikanovic and Zogato both working inside. They are running both big men. And I don't know that the Sharks even have a 7-footer on the floor as of right now. As here is a Flalo looking for Bradley. He has him at the top of the key. Screen from Santos de Oliveira. Bradley, another mid-range jumper and another miss. Bradley has gone as just completely cold, can't hit anything, and it's causing his team a lot of points right now as it's a 13-point game. Ellis Jr. has it on the right wing. Goes to Zogato at the top, who goes to Kikanovic, and Kikanovic sees he has a little too much room again, but he misses this three. And a Flalo comes up with the rebound as he gives it up to Bradley, who goes to Justice in the corner, who's driving on Gildreth Butler. Stops and pump fakes, couldn't get him, so now Santos de Oliveira. He's working against Zagato inside, puts up the layup, and gets fouled, so he will head to the line for two. Santos de Oliveira did knock them both down, so now Ellis Jr. bringing it up for the Sharks as Zagato gets the screen, or screens for Ellis Jr. as they do switch, so now Santos on Ellis and Zagato posting up Raven inside as nobody's really moving, and Ellis Jr. does not want to give it to him, so now another screen is being set. And Ellis Jr. finally pulls the mid-range jumper. No good. Zogato the rebound as he puts it in. But you got to wonder why they didn't want to use that inside mismatch. As Ellis Jr. really did not look like he wanted to give it up there. As now Raven, top of the key, screen from Bradley. He's headed left side, now inside to Bradley, who finally gets a layup to fall up and over Ellis Jr. His first bucket of the game. 7 seconds left in the quarter. As here are the Sharks. Ellis Jr. is screened from Kikanovich at the top of the key. He goes right back inside to Kikanovich, who punches one home. With 1.6 left on the clock, Raven elects not to throw up the long three. And these Sharks will head into the half with a 37-24 lead as they've come into Toronto and been all over the Huskies so far. So the second half is underway as Ellis Jr. brings it up for the Sharks. He gives to Pope on the right wing. It's now Pope up to Anderson, and now Zagato has it. He drives left side out to Ellis Jr., who is open for three. He gives to Pope, who's also open for three. And the rebound goes long over to Justice off back iron. Justice around everybody puts up a layup as he gets a nice easy bucket in transition and makes this just down to an 11-point game. As let's hope that the Huskies can do something here. Oh, that's horrible defense from Jackson, who allows Zagato to get inside and throw one down easily. As that is not the kind of defense that you want to see, as maybe they are missing Boomshay inside a little bit. And his defensive presence is Raven off the screen from Jackson. Step back three. That was nasty from Raven as he knocks it down. As I keep mixing up Kenny Justice and the big man Jackson. As you know, two J's a little hard as Gildreth Butler pulls the three, and he knocked it down in the face of Justice. That was a very contested three, and he knocked it down. So now 49-29, or 42-29. As Justice drives right on Gildreth Butler, puts up a layup, and gets it to fall. Look at Kenny Justice with 4 straight points and a very tough bucket there. As he's got 10 here with a chance to make it 11 at the line as he does knock it down. And it's back to just a 10-point lead for the Huskies, or for the Sharks, as Pope brings it up. Pope looking left side against Bradley. He's already all the way down to the block as he puts up a pretty terrible shot up and over Bradley. Some good defense, forces the miss. And Oliveira gets the rebound, goes out to Raven, who finds Justice in the corner. Inside to Owen Bradley on some good ball movement from the Huskies, as it looks like they might be getting going here in the second half. Already outscoring the Sharks by quite a few, and the lead is now down to 8. Gildreth Butler getting a screen, driving inside, pulls up in the mid-range over Jackson, and no good, but Zagato is there to clean it up for more offensive rebound points, more second chance points, I guess I should have said. As Zagato has been doing that all game and pretty much his whole career here in the BSGL. As here's Raven working on Ellis Jr., driving right side as he throws behind the back to Justice outside, a slick pass. And Justice off the Santos de Oliveira screen, lost it. Anderson comes up with a strip. Pope now down the lane. He's going up, and that one might have gotten tipped by Bradley as he misses it long. And now Raven brings it the other way. As Raven looking around, goes inside to Santos de Oliveira, who's got Pope on him as he puts it up, but is fouled pretty hard. It will go against Quentin Pope, and Oliveira will head to the line. Santos de Oliveira goes 1 for 2 at the line, so now the Sharks pushing off the miss. Narush inside against Leach. He's now just trying to back him down, pulls the fadeaway at about the free-throw line. No good. Santos de Oliveira, the rebound goes to Leach. Is now Leach on the left side getting a screen from Oliveira. As now he's still at the top of the key, finds Justice in the corner, who's wide open for a three-pointer. No good. Santos de Oliveira, the rebound, and he missed it over Zagato. So now the Sharks the other way again. Narush stops at the three-point line and goes over to Eastern. Eastern off the Zagato screen, still working at the top of the key against Justice. So he's going to go inside to Anderson, who's got the rookie Martin against him in the post as he puts it up. No good. So a little bit of a scoring drought here for both teams as Leach goes over to Kukoc on the top of the key. Now back to Leach. Justice now has it as the Huskies really working it around. Leach driving on Eastern. He got stopped but puts up the layup, and Eastern blocked the layup as Tyler comes the other way now for the Sharks, working on the left side as he's down into the corner now. Narush maybe tried to set a screen. It came in a little too hot. So now Tyler, top of the key, gives to Eastern on the right wing, coming off the screen, and he knocks down the triple. Eastern with a nice three-point bomb, and the Sharks lead is back up to 12. As now Justice trying to just maybe get something going here for the Huskies. They've been struggling to score all game. As he's looking around, he's got Martin at the top of the key. It goes over to Kukoc. Kukoc off the Oliveira screen. Just step backs in the mid-range. Has to give it to Chubbs now with 2 seconds left on the clock. He's going to have to pull the three in Eastern's face, and it wasn't even close. As now Narush comes up with the ball, and he's driving the other way. Going into the corner against Chubbs. Goes out to Tyler at the top of the key, who's going to get a Zagato screen. He drives back towards the middle, still just working it outside. As now they go inside to Zagato, who has the mismatch against Kukoc, as he puts it up after just a lot of dribbling around. Then it goes in, as it is 49-35 now, as the Sharks lead this one by 14, and the Huskies need a timeout. So out of the timeout, Chubbs Martin will bring it up for the Huskies, as he's looking for a screen from Santos de Oliveira. Drives right and has to pick it up as Eastern forces the pickup. Goes to Leach in the corner off the screen from Oliveira. He's going to pull the mid-range jumper. No good. Oliveira the rebound and put back as he lays it up and in with the left hand. Now the Sharks and Narush bring it back the other way. Narush looking for something. He gets an Anderson screen in the mid-range. So he's driving right side against Aflalo. Now back out to the three-point line on the left. Still just looking around as he finally goes inside and goes up. Foul goes against Oliveira, who got him from behind, and it does fall. So an and one opportunity. Free throw is up and good from Narush, never a doubt, as he has led this Sharks team out to a 15-point lead. And it's been the defense that's been doing it for the Sharks here, as the Huskies have just 37 points in the third quarter. As Kukoc now left wing, had to pick up the dribble, goes out to Martin. Trying to drive on Tyler, not really anywhere to go. He goes inside to Santos de Oliveira, a good pass, but Kikanovic forces the rebound, and now the Sharks the other way. Ellis Jr. on the left wing goes to Tyler at the top, who comes off the Anderson screen, going inside, pulls up in the mid-range, and it didn't quite fall as Santos de Oliveira grabs about his 100th rebound, and now Leach has it coming down the right side. He stops on the right wing, looking around, going left against Ellis Jr. as Kikanovic came inside, and they're fighting for the ball, and Kikanovic comes up with Ellis Jr. comes up with the ball. I think the steal will be credited to Kikanovic, as Ellis Jr. driving inside against Leach, whipping it back out to Randall, who goes over to Narush. Narush looking around, goes over to Anderson, top of the key, back up to Tyler, who has 3 seconds on the clock. Pump fakes the three, pump fakes it again, goes to Ellis Jr., who has to put it up at the end of the shot clock, and it does just rim out. A good shot attempt there from Ellis Jr., even though he did miss at the end of the shot clock. Now Kukoc is on the left wing for the Huskies. He drives back to the top of the key, about at the logo, looking for Leach, can't find him. All sorts of screens being set. Is now Oliveira sets one for him. He's going to pump fake in the mid-range, go out to Chubbs Martin, who's got a good three look, and he knocked it down. The rookie point guard knocks down the three to make it a 52-40 game. As now Narush drives right around his man into the quarter, and it won't fall, as it will still be a 12-point Sharks lead heading into the fourth. So the Sharks will start with the ball here to start the fourth quarter. Jackson has it at the top. He goes to Raven, who drives left, comes right back down middle, working at the free throw line against Ellis Jr., out to Bradley, and a 3-second call was going to be called against Jackson, and the Huskies turn it over. So Quentin Pope will bring it up now for the Sharks against Chubbs Martin, as he does a little half spin, goes inside against Chubbs, and puts in the layup, making it look easy against the smaller man, as that is now a 14-point Sharks lead. Huskies have got to get going in the fourth quarter and quickly if they want back in this game. As Chubbs Martin, top of the key, looking for Bradley, finds him. He's now at the top, back over to Chubbs on the right wing as he gets the screen from Jackson, but Pope still all over him. Driving in the mid-range now, just trying to find some space. He gives back to Jackson, who pulls the mid-range jumper, and it's no good, and Anderson comes up with the rebound. Gildreth Butler now coming the other way. He gives to Pope, who stops and pops a three, and that one is knocked down, so now a 17-point Sharks lead. Bradley bringing it up for the Huskies now as he's on the right wing against Gildreth Butler, blows by him and then dunks it home at the rim. Where's that been all game from Owen Bradley, as he is now 3 of 10 from the floor. But maybe he can finally get going in this this fourth and maybe lead a comeback. As here's Pope working against Martin again, finds Ellis Jr. inside, nobody in there against him, and he lays in an easy bucket, as it's still a 17-point lead. Martin brings it up again for the Huskies, as he's getting a screen from Aflalo and Jackson, is now Zagato guarding him at the top. So there's got to be some sort of mismatch here for the Huskies with a big man guarding their point guard as Bradley misses yet another mid-range jumper off the Martin pass. Anderson another rebound, and it's out to Ellis Jr., who's going around Raven, now pulling back, driving still right side in the mid-range. He goes up and somehow gets it up and over Jackson and Raven, but does miss. Jackson the rebound now in Raven's hand as he finds Bradley open for three in the corner, and he knocks down another one as Bradley finally starting to get going. It is now a 14-point game. As now here is Ellis Jr. driving inside against Raven, bringing it back out, going out to Pope, who's still being guarded by Martin. As he's looking for Gildreth Butler now over to Ellis Jr. So Ellis Jr. just looking around, not dribbling. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Gildreth Butler pump fakes twice, has to pull one over Bradley at the end of the shot clock, and it's no good. Jackson the rebounding. He gives it up to Raven, who gives to Martin, who's now got, looks like 2 men on him now, just Pope defending, and he forces the pickup. So now Bradley has it at the top. Bradley looking around, going to get a screen from Jackson as he goes right around the screen, drives inside around Gildreth Butler's midi over Zagato, and he's knocked down another one. So Bradley heating up here in the fourth, but his team still trails by 12 with just over 4 minutes to go. Pope again inside against Martin. He's going to spin move right, pump fake, has to pick it up as he's getting doubled by Jackson, and he goes out to Zagato for three, no good. Jackson now the rebound as he gives it up to Raven. Raven driving right side, finally gets stopped by Quentin Pope, and now he goes around a Jackson screen and has to pick it up. Over to Bradley on the left wing now, another Jackson screen as he drives into the mid-range, now being guarded by Anderson, steps back to the three-point line, 4 seconds left on the shot clock, has to do something with it, finally drives in, goes up and puts it in. Bradley with another bucket as he's up to 13 points now. I do believe he had 2 coming into the quarter, as it's back down to a 10-point game. Huskies still need more stops, though, because 10 in 3 minutes is still quite the mountain to overcome as Aflalo guards Gildreth Butler at the top. He goes inside, and Chubbs Martin comes up with the steal. Martin trying to come the other way. He goes into Bradley, who's going to jam it home with the right hand, and it's an 8-point game. The Sharks need a timeout. So Gildreth Butler bringing it up for the Sharks. They've been outscored by the Huskies here in the fourth, and now just cling to an 8-point lead, as they led by as many as 17 in the game. As he goes inside, and for some reason we're looking at Frank Vogel right after he fouled him, as Gildreth Butler will pull some free throws. First one is off for Gildreth Butler. Second free throw is up, and that one will fall. So still just a single-digit lead for the Sharks as it stays, or as the score stands at 60-51 inside 3 minutes. Bradley looking around, top of the key. He's going to go to Raven on the right wing, who's got a three, and he knocked it down. Raven knocks down the three, and all of a sudden the lead is just at 6 points, and the Huskies fans are sensing the comeback. Ellis Jr. trying to get something going here against Raven. He's at the top of the key now, just looking around. Nobody really moving. Now Anderson comes up to set a screen as he goes inside. Santos de Oliveira goes up to try to block the layup, and he misses anyway. So now the Huskies the other way. Justice has it inside against Gildreth Butler, throws up a pretty bad shot, and it's no good as Gildreth Butler comes up with the rebound. Maybe a little bit of rushed play there for the Huskies, as Ellis Jr. now has it inside against Raven. He's going to go up for another layup and another miss, but Zagato there for a rebound as he lays it up and in easily. I think he has 10 second chance points on his own, as you've got to think that the Huskies are missing Boomshay and his rebounding, as even though Kukoc has supplied quite a bit of scoring, as now here's Raven inside going up, and it's fouled by Zagato. As he will head to the line for 2. Both free throws do fall for Raven, so it's back down to a 6-point game. As here's Ellis Jr. bringing it up for the Sharks, taking his sweet time. As he's going right inside to Quentin Pope, who pulls the jumper over Bradley. No good, and Santos de Oliveira gets the rebound. 1:38 to go, and it's still a 6-point game. So Bradley driving down the lane inside, and Zagato forced the miss. Gildreth Butler gets the rebound, as you'd like to see the Sharks really maybe take their time and run some clock here. But Ellis Jr. goes right inside against Raven and puts in a layup. As I guess points definitely always help, but right now time is what they need to defeat more than the Huskies, as it's still an 8-point game. As now Bradley over the Jackson screen, pulls up in the mid-range, and he got it to fall high off the glass. Back down to 6 points with 1:10 to go. Huskies need a quick stop here. As Justice guards Gildreth Butler top of the key, he's taking his time up there, just looking around. He's going to get a screen from both ways. He goes left around Anderson, goes into the corner for Quentin Pope, who drives into the mid-range. Now inside to Anderson, and it's stolen away by Justice. Fans go wild as they bring it up, and he goes inside to Bradley, who jams one home. He goes right around the man and puts one home. It's a 4-point game with 48 seconds left. This is the lowest it's been since the first quarter. Gildreth Butler working on Justice. He goes inside to Zagato, who's getting double teamed. He goes outside to Anderson, now to Pope at the top. Pope, guarded by Bradley, goes right back to Anderson, and now Ellis Jr. near half court as he's trying to drive on Justice. He's going to have to throw one up at the end of the shot clock. It's a deep three, no good, and Bradley gets the board. Just 20 seconds left in the game. They've got to get a quick shot here as it's Raven top of the key. He's driving against Ellis Jr. Not really anything going on here for him as he goes out to Justice, who pump fakes, gives to Bradley. Bradley, the three over Gildreth Butler, just misses, but Santos de Oliveira, the rebound out to Raven. His three, no good again as Anderson gets the rebound, and that will be the game. The Sharks hang on to their lead and win this one 64-60 over the Huskies. A nice win there for the Sharks. They led all game, and in the end, the Huskies just didn't have enough to get over the hump there at the end. So checking out the box score on the game, Owen Bradley ends with 34 points in a huge fourth quarter. 19 for Kenny Justice, 16 for Xander Raven, I never remember what his first name is, 15 for Kukoc off the bench in just 17 minutes in his Toronto Huskies debut. 9 points for Santos de Oliveira with 24 rebounds, but 2 of 9 from the floor. Jebs Martin put in a nice 6 points, 4 points and 11 rebounds for Jackson, and then nothing for Leach or Aflalo. As then for the Sharks, Zagato led the way with 24 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 offensive rebounds, so doing it all there on the board as Narush put in 19, 16 for Pope, 14 for Gildreth Butler, 12 for Eastern, and 10 for the rookie Kikanovich. As Ellis Jr. had 6 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, but was 3 of 17 from the floor, as Anderson also had 6 points and 12 rebounds. But the big number for the Sharks here, just 6 turnovers all game, as that is quite the feat here in this league. 12 for the Huskies, so they had half of their turnovers. They led by 29 at one point, obviously, with the stats doing what they do. They had 11 steals, had more defensive and offensive rebounds, just pretty much did everything right here. Got 45 points off the bench and 17 second chance points, pretty much all coming from Zagato, and outscored him by 34 in the paint. As that is all the time I have for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching BSGL Primetime. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see all of you guys in Month 5 highlights right before the All-Star break. Bye.